4th of July is right around the corner, and if you're still trying to figure out celebration plans, well, don't you worry, because we've got you covered. We are so excited to welcome multi-platinum selling hit music artist Uncle Kracker to Ozarks Fox AM. He will be performing in Lake Ozark on July 4th at Lazy Gators. It is so great to have you on the show, Uncle Kracker.
It's good to be here. Thanks for having me on here. I appreciate it.
Of course. I mean, the year is flying by. 4th of July is in just a few short days, and you're going to be at Lake of the Ozarks at Lazy Gators. So tell us about your big shindig happening on the 4th.
Well, I mean, I think anything on that lake is a shindig, right? For 4th of July, for Lake of the Ozarks, and Lazy Gators is probably one of the coolest spots I think I've ever done as far as the club date goes. But it should be fun. Should be a riot, actually. I mean, if we can peel people off the lake and into the club, I think we'll be all right.
I think there's going to be no problem getting people, off the lake and into the doors. Now, what can people attending your show expect at Lazy Gators?
Well, I would expect a lot of crowd participation, a lot of sing along, kind of like I don't know. It's very campfire style. My shows. There's no strippers or fire or smoke or anything like that.
Okay.
It's very reminiscent of a campfire sing along. Like it'll be fun.
Yeah. Would you say it's a good show for maybe people with kids or maybe just 21 and up?
I mean, it's a club, around the Lake of the Ozarks at night. I wouldn't suggest bringing your 6-year-olds out.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's just me. I wouldn't want to be watching them things run around.
Yeah.
But I'd say it's 4th of July and plan accordingly. It'll be a ball.
Now, will you be obviously your hits, but will you also be performing your new music from Coffee and Beer?
Yeah, I won't do too much new stuff. I will do new things. It's hard to play new songs to a bunch of drunk people that have never heard it before.
Yeah.
So we kind of leave it. We keep it pretty limber, actually. I'll do a few new ones just to try them out, but a lot of old stuff, some new stuff.
Little mix of everything.
Little mix, yeah. Yeah, we're not going to freak anybody out.
Yeah. Okay, so speaking of, your new album, this is the first new full-length album you've put out in 12 years. So take me through that process of, writing the songs, creating, and finally getting Coffee and Beer out into the world.
Well, pretty simple process. I didn't do anything different than I would have normally done. It's just been a long time since I've put out anything, I guess anything of this length. I've definitely popped out quite a few singles since then, but it's a different world these days. You can't, people are only putting out EPs or one song at a time, and just a little different these days than it used to be. Mm-hmm. Navigating through the release part of making music has been different. Just having all the new these kids don't know how good they have it.
Right.
Just to be able to peel off a single anytime they want was like a dream. I remember 20 years ago begging my record label to just let me go back in and do a new record already, because it had been a couple years. But you just don't get to. It's a cool way. It's a cool way of doing things.
Yeah.
Kind of. I'm digging it though. But the process was it was just time to do a full-length album, and because I hadn't done one in a while, and I just kind of just sat and wrote until I was happy with what I had, and then went into the studio and started cutting. Once you do that, you know where you're at, and you can start throwing things away at that point, I guess.
Yeah. Well, so knowing myself, when I, go to write anything, I have to write it, look it over, redo it. So what's your process for songwriting? Is it just on your mind, on the paper, done, or do you go back and revise multiple times?
I definitely revise. I do a lot of massaging. I do a lot of I like to make sure I have my meat and potatoes, and then there before I start scratching things out. But I don't know. I've done it a lot of different ways. But the thing that I find that works the best for me is to keep massaging. You know, if you got a verse or 3 verses for a song, it's always nice to write extra verses to see if you can beat the other ones. So it it also has a big it depends a lot on how lazy I'm being at the time too. So I'll be like, that's good enough.
Yeah.
Or so and then it depends on who you let listen to it too, because there's some people that'll push me and some people that won't. So again, however you're feeling is who you let listen to it.
That is very true. Okay, so one more time, July 4th, Lazy Gators. What time are you going on, and is the party starting?
We'll probably go on. I would say probably at sundown. I would imagine. But it'll be in the evening, and it'll be that's when the party will start.
All right, I love it. Well, you guys, like I said, if you don't have your 4th of July plans booked yet, well, now you do have something to do. So go check out Uncle Kracker at Lazy Gators at Lake of the Ozarks. You are not going to regret it.
Nope.